Hey guys, Zelonius here. Welcome to another video on the channel. In this video today, I'm going to be talking to you about some of the most common gameplay mistakes people make regularly on FIFA.
Are you fed up of getting out-teamed on FIFA? Want that God squad that you've always dreamed of? Check out MMOEXP and use code ZEL at checkout for a 5% discount. Check out the link below. MMOEXP, the best place to buy coins.
Okay, so I've been playing FIFA since FIFA 2002. That was my first FIFA. So that's like 20, 21 years of FIFA I've played. Every year since FUT's come out, I've played it. For the last few FIFAs, maybe this is my sixth FIFA full time. I play thousands of games every year. I see common mistakes that people consistently make. I've coached over 500 different players on this game. Some of them have made like world championships. Some are just completely new to FIFA. So I've seen all sorts of skill levels. I play the game lots. I see very consistent common mistakes. We're going to be dedicating the majority of this video to gameplay, but a bonus mistake at the start of the video is going to be more related to managing your team. FIFA Ultimate Team FUT isn't just about on the pitch. It's obviously off the pitch, getting a good team. That makes a big difference. The first mistake that we're going to talk about is selling your team regularly. Now, there's a few knock-on effects of this. The first and most obvious one is you lose coins. Most people know this, but some of you might not. When you sell a card, say if you sell a card for 1,000,000 coins, you lose 5% on EA tax. I don't know why they do that. Apparently it's to like regulate the market. I don't know. But if you sell a card for 1,000,000 coins, you only get 950,000 coins back. 10,000 coins, you'd get 9,500 back, etc. So that alone makes it very hard to buy and sell players regularly. Obviously, there are traders who do a good job at it, but if you're constantly doing that, there is a good chance you are going to end up losing yourself a lot of coins in the long run. But in terms of more so on the pitch, buying and selling players regularly means you're not going to get used to your team. You start to get used to what a player can do, almost like their ceiling, I would say. A lot of people never get used to players though because they just buy and sell regularly. It depends. Like part of the fun for me is trying out different players. I understand you want to try new cards, but buying and selling regularly means you change your team a lot. You don't get used to it, and then you don't get used to the formation or the custom tactics. So these are mistakes that people make a lot. Don't buy and sell your team that regularly. The problem probably isn't the team, it's probably you. Let's get into some gameplay mistakes. One of the most common mistakes that I see, and when you actually break it down and think about how stupid it is to do, is when people concede, they just run straight from kickoff and try score from it. So I'm just going to play this clip a bit. So my opponent here goes straight forward. Look here. In my half alone, he has 2 men. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I have 2 here as well. So before you even get to his closest man other than these 2, I have 10 men, and my keeper obviously. So think about it logically this way. How are you ever scoring running with 2 men against 8? The only way you are ever going to score is if you were playing against someone who's really bad. And if someone's really bad, you probably don't need a video like this to beat them. I've seen in coach sessions before, people score from kickoff doing this. And then when I say that was stupid of them to do, they say why I scored. Just because something works doesn't mean it's good. When you start playing against good people, if you get a kickoff and run at them like this, you will never ever score. I never ever concede when anyone does this. And it's normally a pretty good sign that someone I'm playing is not very good at the game. People do it for a mix of reasons. Sometimes it's because they're frustrated, they've just conceded, and they just go into autopilot and just like, I need to score, just run straight away. Sometimes people don't even know about it. One of the big issues, though, as well, is that I think from kickoff, you have a much higher chance of scoring. I think there's that kickoff buff where it gives you a much better chance of scoring, and a lot of people know about that and they build up and they let the kickoff kind of juice up a bit. Whereas when you do this, you just got no chance. Don't rush your kickoff. Don't give away the ball because this is a guaranteed way to give away the ball. And if you have scored from it before, get out of your mind that it's a good idea to do. It's not going to work against good players. It's a bad mistake to make. Okay, in this clip here, there is 2 things I want to talk about. The first one is a mistake that so many people make, and it's one of the first things I tend to correct in coaching sessions regularly. It is sprinting when you shouldn't. Sprinting on FIFA, I get why people do it because they think when the player's faster, they're going to be able to get into better players. So they sprint, they think they can get somewhere faster. However, when you sprint, your passing's worse, your ability to turn's worse, your shooting's worse. When you're defending, your ability to turn again is still worse, your ability to tackle, intercept, all these are worse. Sprinting a lot of the time hurts people. My general rule with sprinting is only sprint when I'm on the ball if I've got a big open space to run into, or when I'm defending if I have to catch someone or get somewhere quick that I need to. Here, you can see there he's sprinting. He tries to do a ball roll later on, which is a good idea, but it's too late. The sprinting's just meant he's taken way too big a touch. He's put himself into danger. He should have stopped sprinting probably around there, turned back and passed to one of these guys or switched it. So he's given the ball away. Very silly. No reason there he should have been doing that. And people do this all the time. Sprinting way too much is a common mistake. Here, this now is something that I want to talk about. Not always doing the exact same thing. A lot of people get a plan in the head about how they want to attack, and no matter what the opponent gives them, and by that I mean no matter how the opponent defends, they'll always go for it. So a lot of people here would either pass there or go there. I could see that ball, but here I'm a bit more creative. I rarely cross the ball. However, there are some times when I like to cross it, and this here is a perfect example of it. I can see here that defender's been pulled out, so he's covering him. I don't cross it often, but on this game, crossing is actually quite good when a man's in acres of space. I've got all this space here. I see there it's probably a good chance to go for it. I whip it in. Pretty lucky that how he chests it and does that, but I end up scoring for it. Knowing when you can cross, when you can take advantage of bad defending is key. There you go. Nice, easy goal. So the general point about there is the mistake a lot of people make there is they would never cross because they think, well, just crossing is just bad. It's not just about crossing in general, but it's about take what the opponent gives you. If your opponent gives you a big open space to do something there, take advantage of it. There I took it, crossed where there was a lot of space, and got a nice, easy goal. In this clip here, we're going to show something important. It's not a mistake I make here, but it's something that regularly happens that a lot of people don't count for, and then they end up making a mistake. So watch the clip and then I'll explain it. Okay, there, so pretty nice goal in a tight game. This was 2-2 against someone pretty good division rivals. Here, the first one is at this point, a lot of people forced the ball forward. There wasn't anything safe. I maybe could have gone there. Technically could have been forwards, but I couldn't really go there. This guy is covering that. I don't want to do anything risky and make it easy for him. So I go back. In that position there, I have a lot more space now to build up. I could go to one of these two, but I'm not. There's not a lot of space. Composure is key, especially in tight games around the box where you're playing against pretty good people. You have to take advantage of your opportunities and be very careful. In this position here, Modric is in a lot of space. So I get it to him and then I pass there. I'm playing two people here. They pull the player out. But here, this is one of the most common mistakes people make. And this is more of a higher division thing. Keeper movement is OP on the game. I don't think keeper movement should be in the game because the problem is in bad gameplay with delay where you can't react to it, it's somewhat a guessing game. But 90% of the time when people move the keeper, they move the keeper across goal because across goal is where the best shot tends to be. That you won't have seen the previous clips in this game, but in this video, quite a few times I'd got to here, shot across goal, and then they just moved the keeper. So here, I take a bit of an extra touch, bit of composure, and then I put it near post. If I'd have shot across goal, no chance that I would have scored here. The keeper would have saved it. He'd have just gone across there. But I use a bit of composure, use a bit of previous knowledge based on what my opponent was doing, and get a nice goal that ended up winning the game for me. Composure around the box, using the space you're given, and then reading keeper movement. These are key things that will make you a much better player as you move up the divisions. The final mistake that we're going to talk about here is people overcomplicating things. FIFA at its core is quite a simple game fundamentally. It's not that hard. Honestly, people make it seem a lot harder than it is. The fundamentals of the game, a lot of players who get to a very high level in this game don't do anything fancy, they just do the fundamentals right. And one of the common mistakes I find is people around the box Defensively, they dive in, where all you have to do is hold your ground. And attacking, they try too much. Look at this goal I score here. Very nice goal, and it's very simple and effective. So I'm passing into the space, pass to my man who's isolating a defender. Quick trick. Tricks often aren't to beat a man, they're just to set up a better angle. So I'm going here. The trick here puts me there. Quick trick. Very easy finish. So I do the trick quick, set myself perfect angle, and then hit it across goal. Easy goal. That was very simple. A lot of people there try dribble around, do 5 tricks in a row. All you need to do a trick, do a touch to set yourself in the perfect position, shoot across goal, easy. Obviously, it's not always that simple. You have to rely on what the defender's doing if they're moving the keeper. But when you get into the box, taking a touch to set yourself, then shooting, often is the best way to score. Hopefully this video has helped you out. I appreciate you guys' support as always. Keep it spicy. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.